right? It's a sex fast death culture because we celebrate the things that get us to a faster death, right? Such as drugs, right? Such as a violent lifestyle, right? Of driving fast and, living hard and trying to get to death fast as we can. We celebrate sex, death, culture, right? That's currently our culture. That's why we celebrate murder and violence so much. Death. All right, let's start with that. Why are we talking about death? Because we do have a death culture, right? We celebrate death more than we celebrate life in our culture. That's who we are. We are a very necromantic people, right? So dealing with the fact that we celebrate death more than life is the reason why more people show up at your funeral than your birthday, than your graduation, right? Then, celebrating you while you're alive and you're living. And so you have to understand the reality of what we got going on today, right? It's a sex fast death culture because we celebrate the things that get us to a faster death, right? Such as drugs, right? Such as a violent lifestyle, right? Of driving fast and, living hard and trying to get to death fast as we can. We celebrate sex, death, culture, right? That's currently our culture. That's why we celebrate murder and violence so much. We celebrate the man who is killed, right? Rather than the man who survived, the one who's living out their long life. But we celebrate people who died at an early age rather than those who have progressed and made it to a long, progressive, wealthy, beautiful life. So it's no wonder our culture is upside down in the way that it is because we currently do not celebrate life. We celebrate death in everything that we do. You understand me? It's why, it say go have sex with as many people as you can. Increase your chances of dying. Go increases your chances of dying. Go do all of the things to die fast. And we celebrate those people who want to die fast. And they live the craziest lives. So being a backwards people that practice or celebrate, and they have this necromancy and this necromantic relationship with life. And that necromancy is talking about the celebrating the dead, because we are mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally dead people. And that's just the reality of it. And so, of course, when it comes to health, the conversation is hard to get our people to be steered in the right direction because here we are talking about, you need to exercise and go in nature and get you some sun. And Nero's looking at that like, come on, man, with that positive shit, man. You trying to get me to live a long life and stuff. Who want to live long? Like, this is the conversation. The average young male growing up in the hood, you seeing your bros die at 18, 21, 25, 30 years old, 33. You tell yourself mentally you happy to make it to 25. You happy to make it to 30 because you didn't know if that was going to happen, right? So we're stuck in this reality to where we're trying to figure out how do we get to going past being a death and a necromantic culture where we have ritual celebrations on murder of each other, and that is the host of a lot of our music is based on how much murder we can create, how much death we can create, right? So we celebrate those and we call those who kill the real ones. You understand me? The ones who save. Come on now, we got a whole society that was based on Captain Save-A-Hoe as a negative terminology, as if you're not saving someone from being a hoe or saving a black woman or a woman, period. You understand me? From a lifestyle that is degrading her from living a full, fulfilled, heavenly life. So you got to understand that the reality that we stuck in today from a subconscious level is that we celebrate death. So when we talk about, and there's a reversal happening because now we have to stare directly in the eye. Do we want to allow someone to experiment on us that can possibly cause a shorter lifespan? And it's been told to us that the lifespan, because of this new 19, virus, has shortened. Right? So that the average person lifespan is not as long anymore. Now this is crazy, right? This is crazy. So we have to find something to live for, and we have to find something to die for, worth living and worth dying for. So teaching people about longevity, living long, and wealth. All of these goes towards health and a lifestyle that is pointing you towards a direction of doing everything you can to increase your energy, your life, your vibration, so that you can live the happiest, most fulfilled, abundant life, period. And you got to be willing to go to war for that, right? Like, there's nothing more greater cause of war than the protection of life itself, the freedoms of life. You understand me? The expression of life. Like, that's a worthy cause to go to war for. You got to go to war for your peace and your power and your peace on this planet Earth. You understand me? So it's different where, you know, we want to enjoy everything. I'll be the first to say, I eat too many sweets and I got to go fast and detox right now. But see, I'm cognitive of the balance that needs to happen because of my habits. So I'm not going to say, well, that's just me. I'm going to just live and die. Let me just keep eating until I die because that's what I enjoy. But most people, they don't care about balancing or trying to get to a place of abundance so that they can prolong their life. Most people don't know how to heal themselves. We think that the study of the body and medicine is only for doctors who go to school and institutions. Then they tell them how to think and how to serve the people to increase the profits of the business of the hospital and the pharmaceutical companies in which they are employees of as well and affiliates of. So who's more responsible? You understand me? As a human being, your responsibility is to know thyself. And how can you know thyself if you don't know thy health? You know what I'm talking about? You don't know thy body. Something is happening with you and you're not willing to go study. Your first reaction is, let me go see a doctor. Now, okay, I get if you wealthy, you got a naturopathic medicine, you got a holistic doctor, maybe you even got a Western doctor, maybe an Eastern doctor, right? And somebody that you can go get multiple suggestions from and opinions from, right? And that's going to be, you know, your best cause of options, right? But you're talking about the poor, downtrodden, lack of resource, you understand me, black people in America, we don't have the privilege of going to the highest level, right, of you know, medical practices in the world. So when we go to the doctor versus when the wealthy go to the doctor, we're getting two different diagnoses, right? We're getting two different sets of opinions because we're getting two different educational backgrounds, right? This doctor that works into the hood hospitals may be in the trauma room overworked, not getting enough sleep, wanting to just pass this next patient off and diagnose them as fast as he can, which is usually guesswork. Because they're not running a full set of tests, utilizing all the medical technology that they have a day to figure out what's wrong with you. No, it's a guess based on a range of symptoms that you can describe or that you're feeling that you're going through within that moment or that time or that period. So you're not even going and getting the best of the best. So you may be trusting medicine and opinions and technology, but that's not even what we have access to. Come on, man, talk to me, man. So when we talking about the FDA won't even clear these experimental drugs to be safe. And yet a celebrity can tell me they safe. An activist can tell me they safe. Huh? A politician can tell me they safe. Your job, because you work for them and they treat you like a goddamn slave, can tell you they safe. Because they want you to go back to work to increase their bottom line because it's about profit. Ain't got shit to do with your health. Can't tell you they safe. Ain't nobody can. Not Lupe Fiasco, not D.L. Hughley, you understand me, or anybody else that's advocating for it. If the goddamn Federal Drug Association can't even tell you they safe. That's their whole goddamn job, is to tell you what's safe and what's not safe. And a lot of times they be wrong. They have recalls on products that they have expected and stamped, and then they got to recall meats, they got to recall drugs because of side effects, and these companies just got to pay out fines. But you stuck with life debilitating disease. You stuck with a decreased lifespan. You stuck with a virus that came from something, but you don't even know where it came from. And you don't have enough money to go do investigative research to go find this and then put together a class action lawsuit. Come on, you gotta understand, man, the one who got the money wins. The one who got the money wins. Talk to me. It's the money that's winning today. You got Juvenile talking about backs that thing up. Now, I don't know why a human being on the planet Earth will listen to Juvenile about anything. I can't think of a single subject that I'll take advice from Juvenile on. Unless he was talking about how I make a record about shaking ass and get people to listen to it in a club. But even then, I have to take his advice for how to make a record back then. He still couldn't tell me what to do now. He ain't had no hit record. They had to pay that boy to do that. And I say boy because that's what you become once you bend over backwards. You understand me? And you allow them, you understand me, to taint your brand because you impoverished and you ain't got no dignity and no integrity and no principles. And you just allow people to do anything. And I'm not going to allow myself to operate within fear. I don't care. Listen, everybody, well, I had a family member that died. We all have family that died. We didn't have family that died from cancer, right? But you ain't tell them to stop taking, you understand me, the Johnson product. We had family that died from breast cancer and you ain't start and all these different things. You ain't tell them to stop taking the deodorant that they putting in the body. You ain't tell them to stop utilizing the certain tampons, right? You ain't telling them to stop eating the meats, you understand me, that's causing the diabetes that my auntie had, the heart disease, the high blood pressure, the arthritis. You ain't telling them to go into the food stores and start tearing stuff off the shelves because we goddamn angry that we got all these pre-existing conditions that come from our lifestyle choices. I don't think you goddamn care. You don't care? Come on now. You ain't passing out how to eat to live books from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was the first person to designate a health regimen to get us together. You ain't telling people to go study the truth and the science in which Dr. Sebi had presented. You're not breaking it apart and breaking it down to the people. So why would I want to listen to y'all now? Because, oh, your mama died, your brother died, your sister died, your auntie died, somebody in your family died. Now it's personal. Now you in trauma. Now you want me to take your advice because somebody in your family died. Well, people in my family been dying from these diseases and viruses, you understand me, for the last 100 years. And ain't nobody out here advocating we stop eating pork. I mean, the black Muslims have. Oh, we know that for a fact. It seems like the black Muslims have had the help, you understand me, the consciousness at the forefront of the movement for the last 100 years. It ain't a goddamn community on this planet Earth that has cared or educated black people in America and the world, period, about health consciousness more than the black Muslim community. It ain't a single community you can point to. So the Johnny come latelys that want to talk about it now because it's affecting your family and something direct. But you ain't care. You was telling people to eat whatever. You got y'all up there advocating for sweetie meals at McDonald's because you want to put it under women advocacy that women stand together even when you're doing wrong. Travis Scott got damn Burger King meals. Come on, man. Talk to me, man. If we gonna make something make sense, make it make sense all the time. So no, I don't have the level of remorse that you think I'm supposed to have because somebody in your family died from this. But when the black family has been dying from heart disease and cancers and diabetes and all of these other debilitating issues, and well, the black women at the highest levels of fibroids in the community, but ain't nobody breaking that down. But all of a sudden, oh, you care because it's in your family. Well, what about the black family? Yeah. So for me, man, you know, my family, we so common sense orientated that we won't even allow them to experiment on us. You understand? We got family business, so I ain't got to worry about my brother or my sister taking an experiment because they boss, they massa. Come on, let's talk. I mean, boss, massa. What's the difference, right? When they boss, they massa, telling them they got to, otherwise they gonna get fired. Oh, I'm gonna talk that talk. Oh, it's different over here. Same thing with the colleges. Bro, go to college, go get that little weak ass degree, go work for 4 to 8 to 10 years, and hopefully when you come out, you have the type of skill sets that allow you to be successful. Man, it's a social experiment for dummies. You go there, get into a multitude of different experiences that shape you into an average human being with mediocre skill sets and an education that ain't even valuable enough to pay off the debt that you went into got for the education. Come on, man, talk to me. And they want to force you to take an experiment and put you in debt. Come on, man, talk to me. Somebody got to make it make sense out here, because the way I'm seeing the world and the way everybody else see the world, we got to have on two different lenses. We got to have two different eyes, two different minds, two different ears, because what I'm hearing, seeing, speaking, thinking, and dreaming ain't the same as the vision y'all trying to sell me. It just can't be. You understand me? Y'all keep telling these young children, go get you a job, go get an education, and into these institutions, and they looking at you like you goddamn crazy. They could play a video game, goddamn, and earn more money than that degree you trying to go get them to take. Why? So they can become a lawyer? A lawyer? Well, practicing law,